All right, ladies and gents, what is up, boys? How is it going? Happy Mother's Day, gents.
Did you guys kiss your mom in the mouth? Come on, be honest.
Oh, you can't do that.
Old.
Yeah,
About
okay.
37.
Well, maybe down in Texas you can.
Okay.
Sure.
Wow. All right. That's a great way to kick off the Darkest Hour, episode 16, featuring Oggieson. Oggie, have you ever kissed your mom in the mouth?
When I was a kid, I'm sure. I
Acceptable
don't remember.
answer. It's acceptable. Same.
Fair.
Same here. Acceptable answer. Good to see you, gentlemen. Donnie, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing good. I bought a gun this weekend. I bought a new gun.
Oh.
I went shooting.
Texas. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get her
And had a good weekend. Just hung out, chilled, didn't do much.
Love it. Jay, how are you?
I'm good. I'm hitting the wall of nothing to play again.
What happened to World of Warcraft?
Oh, I just burned out a little bit.
You
Wow.
don't say. You're
Did you die
you're
yet, or
gonna
are you still
burn out
alive?
before hardcore
No, I'm
becomes an official thing and WoW. You're not even gonna want to play.
I don't think I'd play official anyways.
Why?
You know how many DC deaths there are? You can't appeal that shit. You know, just mid-fight disconnected, you're just dead. You know what I mean? 100 hours gone. I don't know if I could deal with that.
I
We'll
hear
see,
you.
though.
I hear you.
Depends if it's, like, super hype.
I hear you. I made a hardcore priest, died at level 8 to some leper gnomes spawning out of nowhere outside of Gnomeregan. And just suddenly they just were there. There was 10 of them out of nowhere. They just spawned and killed me. So I bowed out of the hardcore fight and unsubbed from WoW. I still have a bunch of game time. I gave Blizzard my $15 again like a fool.
And they gave you 15 minutes, man.
Yep.
RIP.
It was like 2-3 hours maybe. Regardless, though, we're not here to talk about that fucking game. God damn it. We have a special guest. As I mentioned, we have Oggieson, the finest longswordsman in the land. And we were talking before the podcast started, but we don't know what the land is called in Dark and Darker. We don't know what the planet is or the continent. So we just have to say
How much
the land.
information is required though? Like I feel like you need to know the name of like the country I guess you're in, like the land you're in. I don't know if I need planet name. You know what I mean?
That's
Oh,
pretty nerdy. I
Why
want to know the
nerdy?
planet I'm
do I
on.
need star information? How many suns are on your planet?
What constellations do the Dark and Darker characters worship? Yeah, we don't need to know that.
That's like some
Oggie-
D&D information, right? Like you make like a
Yes.
D&D campaign, and they're like, well, how many planets are in our solar system? You're like, what the fuck? I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I made a goblin quest. Go finish that shit. Get back to me.
Yeah, that's pretty
Sorry,
nerdy.
go ahead.
No, it's okay. Oggieson, thank you so much for joining us tonight, sir. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here. I've watched the podcast. Like I said, I figured it'd be a great time to come hang out with you boys. So
Well, we appreciate it. I love your videos. You are a very good fighter. You're excellent with the longsword. I watched several videos and I was like, we got to get this guy on the podcast. We had Repose on. We started out strong. We need to keep the good guests coming. And I was going to reach out to you, but I couldn't find a way to do it. I went to your YouTube channel. I was like, God, I can't find an email address, nothing. And then you randomly said something in the Dark and Darker Discord general chat. And I took a chance at love and I reached out to you. I slipped into your DMs and you actually responded. You were like, hell yeah, I'll join. So here you are. Thanks for joining us, sir.
hell yeah.
Big question.
Actually, Augie, I don't know if you know this, but when you replied to Soma's DM, you actually, there's a little kind of agreement paper. You did agree to carry us next patch in a few games in Dark and Darker. So
That's
you
true.
and
That would be
Repose are
right.
kind of on our roster. You guys are both signed up for that, so just heads up.
Hey, put me in, coach. I'm there. I'm about it.
Beautiful. So right off the bat, we got to know, is early access coming this month? Oggieson?
Oh man,
you
I
have
think
insider info?
I'm in Camp J here, so I think we'll see
Oh.
it this month. I'm excited.
No
I-
way.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, man. I want to be
Yes,
optimistic
sir.
because I haven't played a single thing since the last playtest. So
Okay, glass half full. All right.
yeah,
Definitely a
That's about
half
it.
fuller. Why do you guys think it's this month? Jay, why? I mean, Jay, you've been talking about the 24th for a while. Why? Why 10 days from now?
I had a dream, dude. What do you want from me, man? I had a dream. I had
Premonition,
24th on the
baby.
calendar, nice and circled. You know, Terrence whispering in my ear.
That's what it is. Terrence whispering in her ear. Okay, Sir
Yeah.
Sir Terrence Park. Well, we'll see if you guys are right. I'm in the later this summer camp, but if it comes out in 10 days, I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm not gonna give you money. I'll digitally high five you. How about that? There's no betting happening. Okay.
I bet.
But
Wouldn't even buy my game. Wouldn't
hell
even hook me
no,
up like that.
dude. You're a full-time streamer. You should be getting a free code, right? You're advertising the game, right?
Fair.
Isn't
Oh,
that
yeah,
what
I'm a-
happens with streamers?
I'm a
Yeah.
troubadour, dude.
Are you?
Content creator role. Yeah.
Look
I've been
at
a troubadour since playtest too, man.
Whoa. Wow. Are you a troubadour, Huggy?
No,
What?
no, I'm just a normal text color still.
Same.
Dang, no purple
Dang.
name.
No purple. I blend
Okay.
in.
Okay. How about this? Here's another hot question right out the gate. In a 1v1 situation, one of the best wizards in the world, JayGriffyuh, versus Oggieson, one of the best longswordsmen in the land. Who wins one-on-one?
I don't think it's the fighter with the long sword.
I'm just saying, dude.
You can have
I
you
have
can have
used-
Weapon Master Perk and a longbow. Oh?
That might help. But
I have
Whoa.
double zapped fighters many a time. I know how it
Yeah.
works.
Damn.
yeah, I've been zapped a lot, and then you can parry zap, but it ain't easy. So
Oh,
Wait,
I
wait,
know
hold
that,
on. You
actually.
could parry that.
I didn't know that.
yeah, you can parry the zap. You can parry every spell except you only parry the first hit of magic missiles. I think there's one
What?
other. And, you can't parry the lightning strike because it's that little AOE.
Right.
You
I've
can
seen the
parry
parry
chain
on
lightning
Light
once and
Cast.
zap once. Yeah, you can parry that. Yeah.
Yep.
No shit. Already dropping knowledge bombs. We just started. That's insane.
Yeah.
HP Sean wants to know, can you parry a fireball?
You can parry fireball. You take splash damage
Splash
from the
damage.
AOE, and then you take the burn damage on the ground because obviously it's burned your ass. So
What
it's on the ground when it hits
God damn.
No, that one.
So was it even worth doing that?
What?
you. No, I don't. I mean, the impact damage can be pretty substantial.
Oh, it's like definitely majority
Yeah.
of the damage.
So- But I don't
Yeah,
think very. I don't-
spells?
no,
Oh, sorry.
no, you're all right. Not many wizards are aiming for your chest with the fireball.
That's true,
Fair.
actually.
Oh.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think every spell in the game is a projectile. So
Mm.
you know, except Judgment, I think is the one exception.
What about like
Yeah.
Locust Swarm or Earthquake?
Oh, those are like AOE's. I don't think those.
So
are
yeah, it
really
doesn't count.
good.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't count. I know
Wow.
Judgment, if you're blocking with the longsword, it can reset their cast. Or not reset it. They can't cast if they're literally have their crosshair on your sword. I tested
Oh.
with my buddy Radio while he
Good
was
to know.
doing judgment damage on me. I was like, oh man, you're gonna hit me with this. This sucks. I blocked just goofing around. He's like, I can't cast it. I'm looking right at the sword and I can't click the button.
No shit.
Crazy.
Well, I learned something new today. That's awesome. So what made you want to play fighter? Was it seeing the capability of the longsword with parry and riposte and seeing that there was a chance at being quite skilled at one particular niche within one particular class? Or did you suck at ranger
So-
and that was your only option? Like what happened?
Let me tell you, I played the first two play tests as a ranger, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. I like it. And then I didn't have such a great time the second play test. I was playing with my buddies, and they were like, Aggie, you suck. You keep missing all these shots. I'm like, you're right.
Oh.
I'm going to change it up. This is terrible. I'm garbage. And my favorite type of RPG to play, like if I turn on Skyrim and I'm like, I'm going to play a mage. I'll play a mage for about 2 levels, and then I'll end up with a longsword, 2-handed greatsword, and a bow in every game, period. And I was like, well, the
Oh.
fighter's got this cool longsword weapon, and you can use a longbow. I might as well try it. And then I found out someone mentioned something about pairing with the longsword. I seen it in passing, just like scrolling through the Steam discussion. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Let me try that. And then I looked for like 6 hours, couldn't find any info on it. I couldn't hit a damn parry, anything. I was just dying to skeletons. Like, is it a timing thing? What am I supposed to do here? And when I finally figured it out, I was like, this is game changing. This is amazing. This is the coolest thing in the game. What the hell?
Mhm.
And
I mean,
no
yeah.
one knows about it. Like, I was blown away, and I made that little video just to show how to block. And I was like, because there's nothing. No one can tell me anything. Reddit, Discord, the Steam discussions, nowhere, no info. I was like, well, this sucks. I guess I'll go die 400 times and learn how to do it.
How many gray longswords did you buy perfecting parry and riposte? How many practice runs with a buddy? And did you go in there where you didn't even leave the room you started in? You just had a friend in there trying to attack you.
I had that happen twice. My buddies helped me 2 times doing it. I made a video with one. My buddy is Ridio. He came in and he was switching through the weapons and smacking me and then killing me whenever I missed. And we were laughing, having a good time. And my buddy Nightshine did the barbarian weapons for me, right? Outside of that, I bought hundreds of gray longswords in playtest 3. Hundreds, literally. I would just every they were like, "Hey, let's go to High Roller Oggy." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I got green longsword." Sorry, I got nothing else, guys. I spent all the damn gold again on longswords trying to make video. So, literally, hundreds.
That's awesome. And now when you go in, do you feel confident that you can block and parry and riposte most attacks? Is it just like second nature now, or?
Yeah, I will go confidently 110% into every melee confrontation in the game. That I will parry them and probably kill them. It doesn't always happen. Obviously, I get chunked in the head by a felling axe now and then. So
as one does, yeah.
The horseman's axe gets me now and then. I parry the hatchet for some reason, but the horseman's axe always get me.
Now everyone knows how to take out the longsword bros. Horseman's axe. You heard it here, folks.
Let me ask you this: How hard is it to learn the hitbox for the parry?
I think it's honestly, I don't think it's that hard. I think a lot of people have it's like what really helped me was seeing the point of view from my buddy's perspective. He recorded it, and I could see how the shape of your character when you're doing the longsword parry is kind of wonky. You know, you got your elbows way up and stuck out, the sword stuck out at a goofy angle. It's really easy to take limb damage when you're blocking, especially from horizontal attacks, which is a lot of the blocking on player attacks. There's a lot of horizontal attacks, right? So, or at least semi-horizontal vertical, you know, downward slashes and stuff. But once you get a feel for actually sticking the blade out on your screen, which is just really aiming far left and really sticking the longsword blade forward, I have like 3 parries of random guys jumping off things and trying to hit me from midair when it's just you parry them. Because you just once you get a feel for it and you stick the damn sword straight at them, they hit it for you. They really do. It works so good. I mean, everyone's like, you seen the stat data last time, the headshot numbers, right? Everyone's aiming for your head. Everyone's aiming for your head. So just stick the damn sword up and to the left, and they're gonna hit the sword, and then you can just kill them. So,
Fair.
But once if anyone's listening, anyone ever sees this, and you're struggling, you're not aiming far enough left, and you're not aiming far enough up and left. Probably start aiming further up and left, and you're probably gonna have more success.
See, when we were playing 2 wipes ago, Soma was like, "Dude, you gotta learn the longsword. Like, you gotta do this." I tried to parry 3 times, and I was like, "This is dumb. I'm just gonna go back to left clicking and like running people down." But I might have to learn. Is it? Do you think it like is the best way to play fighter, or do you think it's more like a fun way to play fighter?
I think it's the most enjoyable way to play fighter. I think if you want to be the optimal teammate, you're gonna have a spear, you're gonna have a crossbow, and you're not gonna use weapon master. You're never gonna hit your teammates with the spear. I've killed Ridio, 11 times. Every time he plays rogue, Ridio's dead. Ridio's getting TK'd. I'm sorry, Ridio. Ridio's like, I'm gonna stab him. Let me stab him. I'm like, why are you stabbing him? I'm gonna riposte him. Bam! Oh, I killed him and Ridio again.
Gotta love that cleave damage. Gotta love that cleave damage.
Oh, dude, all the time. I kill him so many times.
Have you
Spear's the best.
Spear's the best. Interesting. What about, are you a halberd guy at all? Do you like halberd at all?
I think halberd's sweet. I've played with the halberd twice.
I love it. It's my favorite.
I got a 3-piece once, and then I killed Ridio the other time. So and then I gave up on it. If I'm gonna kill Ridio, I'm gonna use
this is like a Ridio problem, dying a
Might
bunch.
be a
Maybe
Ridio
you should pick a better class. You know, like Rogue is just...
Might be a Ridio. But that's what we turned Ridio into. He was like, "Oh man, we're going to high roller. We need clerics. We suck." And I'm like, "Right, you got the cleric? Hell yeah!" Now he's a damn heal bot. And he's all grumpy. He's like, "I hate this. I got this stupid mace and it sucks. I hate the mace."
Is he using Wormhole?
No, he uses the quarterstaff whenever he's grumpy about the mace.
I see. Okay. All right. Have you ever gotten your hands on Fulgore, the unique longsword?
Ah, it looks so good too.
What a shame.
Man, not yet. We'll get it.
One day. I would love to see a Oggieson Fulgore video. That would be very fun to watch. Very, very fun to watch. So you said you started playing, what, Playtest 2?
I started in the first one.
In the first one, wow.
Actually,
OG.
it was. I blame
really?
Ridio. Ridio's like, "Hey, let's check this game out. It looks janky and awesome." I was like, "Oh, janky and awesome, great, love it."
Beautiful.
All right. And then we got on and it was like, "Oh my god, it's janky and awesome. This is amazing."
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good point. Is like part of the charm of Dark and Darker is that it's a little jank. Like there's some weirdness to it. Like when the fighter swings, he swings like a Lego man. You know, there's something charming about kind of how it's a little blocky, a little weird.
Yeah, that old school simplicity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what made you want to create Dark and Darker content? Were you making YouTube videos and streaming or editing stuff, doing stuff before, or were you called to action because you loved Dark and Darker so much?
No, I had a buddy back when Warzone first dropped. He was all, Oggie, it's COVID. We gotta do something. Let's learn the video edit. We'll go play Warzone and make fun videos like old Nicky Mercs and whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, great. Let me go compete with Nicky Mercs with my great content. And him and I went in on Premiere Pro subscription together. You know, we split the cost so you can have 2 activated things on the Creative Cloud. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll learn this. And oh my god, I was terrible at editing. I had no idea what I was doing. And the only thing I liked to edit was actually like montage videos. I mean, I'm in my 30s. All the old videos that I used to watch when I was younger watching games is montage videos, you know.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like full gameplay stuff, just montage. Cool music, fun edits, you know, audio cue syncing and stuff like that. Love it. So I was just making videos like that, trying to learn to edit along the way. I figured, well, if I learn to edit, this will be sweet. I'll use it in something else in the future. Who cares if it doesn't take off? It's just good skill set, right? So I did that on and off for like 3 years. Just, you know, kind of built up a knowledge base. I made some Warzone videos. I made some Bannerlord videos. I made some Scum videos. I made some segment my audience to death videos. It was awesome. And then Dark and Darker rolled around. I was like, well, I know how to do stuff. Let me make a quick video to show people the longsword. And it got like 9,000 views in the first 2 hours, 3 hours. I was like, oh boy, let's go teach people more stuff about the longsword.
That's awesome.
And that's all it was. I was just making videos to, you know, some instructional stuff just to help out. The game was cool and I wanted to succeed. And I figured people start having more fun with one of the coolest weapons. They'll be around and supporting the game. You know, I was like, this is the best way to do it. Full send.
Love that.
You know.
Beautiful origin story. I love it. What are the future plans for the channel? Are you going to stream? Are you going to keep going all in on longsword stuff? Maybe find other interesting mechanics that aren't talked about in the game and teach people that stuff, or just winging it?
Honestly, I don't want to say I'm winging it because I don't see me straying too far from the longsword. I like Dark and Darker in general, but literally I love the longsword in the game. I think it's too damn cool, honestly, for me. So I'll probably make like, you know, fighter main, longsword main videos and teach people, you know, if I find tricks or can go a little deeper in the masterclass, you know, make more specific videos about different weapons and how to approach it, you know, combat spacing, stuff like that. I think it'd be cool. I've made a couple videos of just me goofing around, you know, just my normal monologuing in the background while I'm just playing with myself, being a goofball, and people have liked that. So
clip that.
Oh.
Yeah, I love it.
That's his OnlyFans. Relax. You have to pay for that. Yeah.
So if Bard gets a longsword, are we gonna get an Oggieson Bard?
Oh yeah, for sure. If you can play longsword, I'm gonna play class because I'm a longsword follower. I'm here. I'm a longsword bro.
Longsword wizard. You can have another guy that plays wizard with you, man.
Longsword wizard would be sick.
Oh baby.
Longsword wizard would be so cool, dude.
That would be fun.
That'd be amazing.
It's fun in games when you try to repost and just get one shot.
Yeah, with your all 15 of your health. Yeah.
16 HP. Yeah.
Okay, so if one other weapon, actually, before I ask that question, there is rapier mastery for Bard, right? Is that one of the perks? Rapier Mastery, is that what it's called?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Shouldn't they get some sort of block riposte for right click as a Bard with Rapier if you're a Rapier Master? Right?
The Rapier Mastery. That would be a cool way to give Bard a little something, and a little more skill ceiling on one of the weapons.
Yeah.
You don't have to put riposte on everything, but the more you give a skill ceiling and accessibility for players to show off being good and outplay, I think it's good. And tying it to the Rapier Mastery is a great idea.
I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think you're right. I agree.
Can you imagine seeing some Bard stroll through the dungeon? He's like playing his lute. He whips out his hand crossbow and his rapier, and he walks up and he shoots a Barb in the head. Barb comes at him with a felling axe, swings, blocks it with the rapier, riposts, stabs that Barb in the head, takes him out, runs away playing his little lute. I don't know why I did this. It's more like this, but
that's just embarrassing. I mean.
It would be very embarrassing. It would be. It would be very embarrassing for that barbarian.
You know, I think this is a good question. I think we can all agree that we've come to a bit of a consensus here that Bard was like extremely underwhelming. What do you think would make Bard good?
Oh man,
access to another weapon, right? Something they can outplay with. I think would make them good. Like having a rapier mastery, having a longsword. I know in a couple different editions of Dark and Dungeons Dragons, they have access to longswords. I think I've had more than one person mention that to me, like, "Hey, what do you think about Bard and longsword? It's in the blah blah blah." And I'm like, I mean, it'd be sweet. I'd love it. But and then they need more
songs.
Obviously, more songs, but more support buffs, right? I feel like just giving them more support buffs, making them have an identity, would get a lot more success out of it.
I think if Bard didn't have such a slowdown while they were playing a song, and they kept their movement speed, and then the buffs, the durations were doubled, maybe, would help them a lot. Like if it takes 4 seconds to play, what's the song that speeds you up? Let me see here on the old wiki here. Let's see the name.
Accelerando something.
Accelerando.
Yeah, Accelerando, Rando.
Yeah, let's see here. Music. Accelerando, you got it. So it takes like 4 seconds to play that song. You are slowed down significantly while you were playing the song. And then you get the buff for like 5 seconds or 6 seconds. It's not that great. I'd say let the fucking Bard play the song while moving at the same speed. Let him run around and play. It'd be way more hilarious. And have the buffs last longer. Have the buffs last longer. I don't know. I think that would help them a lot. It would help them a lot. Give them a longsword. They have survival bow, which is fine. Give them recurve bow as well, I think. No longbow. Okay. Give them access to longsword. Rapier, if rapier's in their hand and they have the rapier mastery, they can block and parry and riposte a la longsword. That right there would make them way better, I think.
That would be a fun class. Yeah, that would be a fun class.
What if you could like buff your like party's attack power? That'd be cool. You know? Yeah. Buff melee power.
Don't they have that though? Like after they have a perk like that, right, Jay?
It just doesn't. It didn't work. But yeah, I have it.
You mean it like started was busted?
It gives you like 3 weapon damage or something if you get hit by a song, and it just doesn't work.
War song. Okay, yeah, I see it here.
Oh, okay. I think that'd be fun though for a song. So you see them playing, the big melee buff song. You kind of have the strategy of do we fight the beefed up barbarian or do we go after his barb or his bard? Sorry.
Yeah, and someone
let you freestyle on it, then that class is just dead forever.
Yeah, Bard definitely needs a song where it doesn't do anything. He can just run around and play.
Just riff.
He can just riff. Oh, yeah. That would be sick. Someone mentioned it was Lucid FX in Jay's chat. It makes no sense to play the damn lute as a solo when there's threats or players around. I kind of agree, unless you're trying to run away and you're playing Accelerando. But when you're playing Accelerando, you're fucking slowed down, so they're going to catch up to you anyway. Yeah. So at that point, once you get the speed buff, they're already stabbing you in the ass. So you're kind of screwed. I don't know. Bard, we saw bare bones Bard. That's what we saw. Okay, there's going to be way more songs, way more perks, more shit added to it. I think Bard was bad, but it's getting a bad rap because we were seeing vanilla Bard.
Right.
That's it.
It was literally like a rogue with no buff or no perks, no abilities.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. What class beyond fighter, obviously, are you excited to play that is not out yet? We got Warlock coming soon. I don't know if you're a Dungeons and Dragons nerd like some of us here. Actually, all three of us on the podcast here are D&D nerds. Even Jay is. You're a D&D nerd now, Jay. Jay tried to play tonight. You tried to play tonight, but failed.
You did. The effort was made.
Yeah, that makes you a fucking nerd. Congrats. Nice.
Congrats, nerd.
Yeah.
Are you winning, son?
So Warlock's coming out. We got Paladin, Monk, Druid, Sorcerer. There's more classes. Would you be excited for another class, or is it just fighter all the way? Is there something else is there a fantasy beyond big weapon, two-hand weapon in your hands that you're into, or no?
So let's throw back to old school RPG, right? I say old school, but Morrowind, right? The first exact RPG class I played in Morrowind was a spell sword. And I thought, oh, this is so cool. I want to try this. This will be sweet. And then I was like anti-magic in every game I played forever since then, right? And I kind of maintained that. I don't think I'll play very many magic classes at all. I like healers because I like the support role and supporting teammates. I like that concept. So if Paladin has some small, healing cantrips or something, but still up front and fighting, I'm pretty interested in Paladin. If my group mates would force me to play cleric, I would end up playing cleric for them. I don't mind. But and anything with a longsword. If you get access to the longsword, I'm playing the class still. So, but Paladin, not too interested in Warlock. Not gonna lie. Not too interested in Monk either. Don't really get behind the Monk feel in most of the games.
No, running on the walls, punching people out.
Maybe. Running on the wall sounds
be fun.
If there was wall running, that'd be so cool.
If there was wall running, it would be kind of nuts.
I'm telling you, if Monk can't catch an arrow and throw it back at someone, then Iron Mace is fucked up. It's like one of the coolest abilities that a monk can do. Wall running would also be sick. But I would like to see Paladin bust out a greatsword. Imagine a big old gut-style greatsword, a big holy greatsword as a Paladin. Doesn't that sound fun?
It's a greatsword, just a bigger longsword.
Kinda, yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Okay.
You can never have a big enough sword,
long
Jay.
sword.
Like, come on. Every guy's dream is to have a little bit of a bigger sword.
What if it's like mine? Oh.
Jay's like, not
What if
me. Go. I didn't mean to cut you off there, big
go
boy.
ahead, yeah.
Wait, what was that?
Me.
Yeah, big sword
Gigantor?
wielder, go ahead.
I'm already used to it, man. So like, by the time it comes
Yeah.
out, I'll be ready. Don't worry.
Takes two hands to wield. All right, you heard it here first.
There you
That
go.
is why so many people like JayGriffyuh on Live Jasmine, so it does make sense. Maybe you and Oggieson could do a collab. His OnlyFans, your Live Jasmine.
Oggy
There you go.
fans, Jay, fuck you.
Yeah.
Tell you
there
more about his weapon fantasies.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you
Oh,
go.
and to be fair, I did look it up. Morrowind did come out in 2002, so I think you can say it's a
Oh,
classic
boy.
at this point.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I've never actually played Morrowind. It was a little
Oh,
before
it's
my
so
time.
good.
Oh, dude, you're missing out.
So good. The
Yeah.
Check
combat
it out.
sucked, though. Combat did not feel
Combat
very good.
was hit chance stuff
Yeah.
based on your skill, their skill, your stats, your attributes, their attributes, stuff like that. Your stamina level.
Very
So it could be
floaty.
really,
Yeah.
very floaty. Yeah.
Still
But
amazing,
Your
though.
ability, oh, dude, it's so good. No quest markers either. You better learn to read your journal and follow directions.
Oh, dude, one quest could take like a month if you didn't read
dude.
properly. It was just
On
like,
Morrowind. Jeez.
oh, yeah,
Yep.
dude, it'd be like, go 2 miles north. When you find the dead tree, head west, find the rock with the moss on it. You'll find the scroll under that. Then go across the other side of the planet and find the gray dwarf and talk to him. That's the quest. You're like,
See-
a moss-covered fucking rock in the west. What the fuck?
But a game, like a modern game with well-designed, map and whatnot, that'd be cool to play an old school game like that. To really have no quest markers and just kind of have to read the environment and stuff. I think that'd be dope, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I imagine back in the day it fucking sucked because everything looks like a shitty moss rock when you're walking on the ground.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That sort of no hand-holding gameplay is very desirable for me anyway. I think that would be fun, but back in the day when it was pretty much most games were like that, it looked like shit. Nowadays, you have beautiful games like Witcher 3, for instance. Beautiful looking game, fun game, but you have Witcher sense. So the Witcher is going to go do an investigation. He's going to go figure out some fucking merman murdered an old lady or some shit at a village, right? And he's going to go walk to the pond to try to look for clues. And he uses Witcher sense, and there's like shit with a red outline. There's like red footprints. There's no investigation. You're just following it. You're hitting a button and following a trail. You're not investigating shit. You're on rails. There's no illusion there. I find it awful. I think having more games come out that are, not very forgiving, way more difficult. You have to actually read instructions and do your best to follow them, and not just be put on rails and having your handheld to be super fun. I hope some of the quests and challenges and shit you can do in Dark and Darker are a little more difficult. I hope it's just not, kill 10 fucking skeletons and get out, and here's some XP. I hope there's some difficult, cool missions and quests that require some thinking, maybe some cool puzzles. I don't want to see hand-holding. Because in Dark and Darker, is there any hand-holding? Not really. I mean, Oggie, you just said that you figured out riposte with a longsword, and there was not one piece of information on the internet, and you just had to make it yourself. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, blunder through it.
I guess there is like the Dark Souls series, there's Elden Ring, but as soon as people figure out those games, there's giant wikis, and you're playing on one monitor and you have the wiki open on the left monitor. So at that point, you're on rails anyway. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true.
And rant. And rant. Anyway, so let's see here. We're not going to go to Q&A just yet, but I did want to ask Oggie, if there was one thing that you could add to Dark and Darker, and one thing you would take out, what would those things be? It's a bit of a difficult question, but
take the longsword out for sure.
Simmer down. Simmer down. I get in the Dark and Darker suggestion chat now and then because I've had a lot of fun just talking the game with people. It's a blast, right? So sometimes it's a little ridiculous in there, but I threw the idea of the magic staff being completely useless, right? Because it's got bad cast animation, it's got bad cast time, it's just garbage, right? Adding, rather than the left click as a bonk, giving it a small projectile cantrip like built into the staff, either the rarity or scaling off knowledge or will or something, just to raise the skill floor for the wizard class. So people who aren't playing it well have a little bit more freedom with the class by just having the starter stick still, rather than can't use starter stick, get spellbook, right?
Yep.
Well, now you can use starter stick because you got some basic attacks that actually you can use against PvE rather than burning your 4 fireballs and magic missiles. I think adding something like that would be cool. I would love that.
Would be a good change.
And yeah, I think it'd be cool. But taking away double jump, I'm over it. I'm out. I want them to double down on the invisibility part of Rogue, honestly. I want rogues to be able to have a couple more steps while invisible, and I want them to be able to use half their steps at full speed. The misdirection that you can play with your hide ability by being able to move quicker, I think would be pretty sweet in the game. It might be as oppressive as double jump, but they wouldn't have to do much to ruins then, because they won't have to put in all those damn invisible walls up top.
Yeah.
I think
double jump is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, I agree with some of that, but I like the fact that as a rogue player, you can go in with double jump and you can decide not to take stealth or hide. You can just go in as an agile combatant that isn't trying to hide. It gives you a new play style within a class that everyone assumes is just going to be hiding in the shadows, maybe pickpocketing, maybe trying to sneakily stab you and then run away and jump back into stealth. I actually like that there's options. I think that double jump is extremely strong, but I wouldn't remove it. If I'm gonna jump in and say
Maybe a little
what I would
cooldown.
remove, it wouldn't be that.
I think
not even a
we can't-
cooldown. Not even a cooldown.
Something.
No 3-second cooldown on him. No.
How about taking away the air strafing? Right. If you jump,
I
your
can't
double
move in
jump has to send it. Right.
That's
Well,
the
you
best
can jump
part. Come
back
on,
and
man.
forward. Right? I know. Well, we gotta do something. And now that someone says that, I'm like, well, now I can't take it with double jump because you're right. Adding more class build and class variety to the individual classes is just it's it. So
Yeah.
I guess double jump got to stay now. You got me.
I don't know. I like
no
versatility.
air strafing. Like make the jump
strafing.
have to be like deliberate, you know? So it's not you can't just dance around and knife me. Like that's not good.
Yeah, it's so fun double jumping as a rogue. It feels powerful. It feels fun. To remove it would suck. They need to fix ruins though. To jump to the top of the ruins and be a god that is just you're fucking Batman sitting over fucking Gotham City, just taking people down at your whim, and then jumping back to the top of the map as soon as someone spots you. No fireball will ever reach it. No longbow arrow will ever get up there. And you can see if you can get to the top of the map to the point where shit is starting to clip and stuff is not properly loading in because you're so far up, there's a fucking problem. Okay? There needs to be some invisible walls. But if there is invisible walls and rogues are brought back down to earth a little bit, excuse me for the pun, I think it would feel way more. It'd still feel powerful using double jump, but it'd be quite balanced. I don't know, because whenever you do connect with a rogue, they're fucking squishy. 1, 2. I mean, whenever you finally connect with your longsword, how many hits with a decent loadout is it taking you to kill a rogue that's double jumping around you? Pretty quick.
Sure.
It's pretty quick.
It's 2, maybe 3 for hitting limbs.
It's probably 3 still if you're hitting limbs, and it can be easy to hit limbs. It can be easy to miss because the first attack is a thrust too, but it's not 3. It's 4 max, depending on how geared the rogue is too. You know.
Now a geared barbarian's running up on you, and you guys are going at it. How many hits to take out the barbarian?
Well, we're parrying the first one, and he's taking 300% damage off the 2 ripostes, and we're stabbing him in the head, and he's dead.
Okay, let's say you miss all your repose. Let's say you don't have a longsword. Let's say you're using because obviously you're a god at that, and no one expects to have the repose hit them in the head.
It's quite a few. Yeah, it's quite a few. It's 4, 5, 6. Depends on how geared they are. Like if he's big geared, I'm big geared. He's big geared. He's got a lot of HP. He's got a little bit of physical damage reduction. It ain't a lot, but it's a little bit. So
You don't
unless
ever
you're
get
hitting
wrecked
perfect
by
headshots.
barbs?
Well, I get wrecked by
Fighter.
barbs. Yeah, I do. I get wrecked by barbs. I mean, Felling X is hard to parry. You know, it is.
Sure.
It's hard to parry. It's really Felling X is really bam. It's this wide. It's bam. If you miss it, it's hitting your head, and it sucks. And you're at 30% HP if you're not a big boy physical damage reduction build, which you should be if you're spending your money wisely. But it can be hard to parry. So yeah, I've been killed. Felling X is about it though. Felling X, Horseman's Axe. Damn Horseman's Axe, man.
So do you just have to like
Kryptonite.
throw your mouse up really high and like try to block super high to avoid the felling axe, or how are you pulling it off?
So the most successful way I do it is push into. If you can push in, like if you have sprint, you pop sprint, you push into the barb. 9 out of 10 times, no matter who you're playing against, it's gonna backstep. They're gonna backstep with their attack. You push in, you backstep a little more. You'll create more space. They'll probably swing and miss because felling is short, which means if you line up the longsword properly, you get up to the left far enough and get the blade out, you'll probably catch it. And even if you don't catch it, they'll probably miss. But that's the best way. Push in, force them out, disengage a bit, up to the left, catch it, riposte, because
Up to the
if you're
left.
running shield mastery like you should be, both of those attacks are going off before they can ready the next attack, which will get their limbs up to block their head. Right.
I'm glad that you brought up shield mastery. I think it's awesome that you figured out that those perks worked for blocks with the longsword. The riposte speed in which you strike with that skill, it's a 50% speed boost, or it reduces speed, or what does it do? It speeds up by 50%, something like that?
Yeah. It increases your next defensive action by 50%, I think it says.
Yes, that's it.
So, and apparently both parts of the riposte count as a single defensive action.
Love
So
that.
it doesn't just speed up the first one, it speeds up both. So
It's so fast. It swings
it was-
ridiculously quickly. If you have a speed shrine or haste on you, it's got to be even crazier. Question: does perfect block work with blocking with a long sword and then following up with riposte?
So I tried multiple times with my buddy Nightshine smacking me with a battle axe, and it would make the noise. And I actually couldn't use riposte the 3 times I tested it. I block it with perfect block and either server issue, desync, something.
Oh, I see.
And on 2 of them, his attack still struck through the longsword and dealt damage to me after the perfect block went off. So like how the battle axe has a long swing path. If you catch it near the top, it can still swing through and hit the other part of your body, the timing, stuff like that. So I took damage twice through it, and he killed me once, and we were like, oh, well, this sucks. So we're done with this. Let's go kill other people instead of Oggy.
Interesting. I think I want to play around with perfect block. I like that it has such a short cooldown. I think it's 12 seconds. And if it actually works, it could be extremely potent. But also just using a strong one-handed sword and shield with perfect block also seems like it would be extremely effective. With shield mastery with the 50% speed buff, you're blocking something and striking, or at least taking the hit with the shield, 50% faster, which allows you to strike faster. After you hit something with a shield, there's recovery time for the individual hitting you. So you're going to be able to block a couple of normal hits with right click, get a couple of strikes in, perfect block, immediately swing your sword and hit someone with perfect block, because it eliminates, let me read it word for word so I don't speak out of turn.
I think it gets rid of the knockback or whatever, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it lets you not get knocked back. Like some of the bigger impact damage weapons can knock the shield back.
The next defense completely blocks any attack, also removes the stagger animation of blocking. So you get hit, you don't stagger at all, and you can immediately strike. While even a barbarian with a felling axe, it's gonna, even if he has the old smash perk on, which I think they changed it to something else, the name, but that is supposed to help you with hitting blocks and destroying blocks just a little bit better as a barbarian. They still stagger a little bit even with that perk. If you can follow up with quick attacks, kite a little bit, back up a little bit, wait for that 12-second cooldown, which is not that long, to recover and go back in and keep perfect blocking, keep getting in quick strikes, someone that's really good with a shield could absolutely destroy in melee. I plan on trying it out. I think it's going to be fun. I was going to try to follow in your footsteps and be a longsword boy, but I'm just bad. I'm bad.
Take us to longsword boot camp, please. This playtest.
That would be hilarious.
Everyone, we'll go in 3 longswords. 3 longswords.
Yeah.
Every time you get a kill, we'll upgrade. You get a green one, then we'll do blue one.
We'll go in naked with just gray longswords. You can go in with full armor, a cape, a beautiful longsword, and we'll be your little trainees. It actually sounds hilarious.
That'd be right.
Sounds beautiful. Jay's like, you guys fucking nerds suck. I'm just gonna fireball your dumbasses.
Too busy dying on wizard, dude.
Yeah, after they nerf it a couple more times, I know.
Yeah, no shit.
I feel like wizard could use another 3 or 4 nerfs.
Yeah, just like
ironically, yeah, probably.
I think it just casts like too many spells. Like just take the spell casting away. Let's get rid of that. Let's just focus on like the old man aspect of it.
Only meditation.
Meditation.
Just a lot of inner thought going on.
I do agree that wizard needs some sort of cantrip. They need if it was on the staff like you were saying, mate, what if it was like 5 fire bolts that had like a decent range? They didn't do any ignite or burn damage, but like a damage over time effect, but it just did projectile damage, magic fire damage, and for every 5 or 6 that you shot out of the staff, you'd have to like recharge, like run your hand over the staff and recharge it, kind of like a ranger loading its quiver up again, right? After he shoots 6 arrows, and then you get the 5 or 6 projectiles back, and you can shoot the fire bolts out of the staff, but then you have to recharge it again or something like that, a la the ranger with his bow. That could be cool. I think that could be cool. I like that idea.
That would help out a lot of the, like we said, the beginner wizards who are struggling.
Dude,
They're a little more
even
accessible.
good wizards, when they're level 1 with no gear, it takes pretty much all your zaps and magic missiles to get out of the first couple rooms. You're meditating every fucking few seconds. You have you have to sit down and keep
great gameplay loop. Very fun and engaging.
Yeah, Jay, how hard is it? I know we talked about it a little bit, but that last play test, no gear before you hit level 5. How hard and frustrating was it? As someone that is fucking good at the class.
Dead.
Yeah.
You literally have to run away from like every engagement until you get some perks.
So you have to kind of get lucky and rat around?
Yeah. Or that's why I just play with a group. Because like I'm gonna be doing nothing. I'm just gonna be hasting up whoever is the melee and AFKing until there's some body salute, Welcome to Wizard. Level 1.
I went into the Goblin Caves with a wizard. I got the wizard to like 5 or 6, and then I gave up because I was dog shit. But I went in, and there was a cleric. He was, the room in the Goblin Caves where you're like, you go in and there's like a hell shrine, and there's like a lion's chest, and then down below there's like a little cavern thing you can jump down to below. You know what I'm talking about? There's like some death beetles in there. You can like jump down, and there's like a cavern floor.
Yeah.
That room. Yeah. There was a cleric down there. I had 5 fireballs. I shot 5 fireballs at this guy from above, connected with all 5. He survived, ran up. I zapped him twice, and he killed me with a quarterstaff. There was nothing I could do. 5 fireballs.
Half health left.
Well, whenever I spectated, he was like this. He had a sliver.
Okay. He was a sliver.
But he was a noob too. I thought he was like, okay, this guy must have a bunch of magic res gear on. He's got a lot of strength gear. This guy's a somebody. No. Fuck no. The guy was like a level 4 noob. And he destroyed me. My fireballs were tickling him. It was like a nice warming effect. It was like, that feels nice. It wasn't doing any damage. I don't know.
You don't get a direct hit with fireball. It's like 10 damage, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't do a lot, right?
Not good.
Nothing.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Augie?
Over time. There's that protection from evil, I think it's called, the perk that reduces like harmful effects by 50%.
It's so good.
The poison and stuff.
It's so good.
That burn damage from fireballs and shit.
Yeah, I think protection from evil is one of the best new perks for cleric. It's incredibly strong. Yeah. Huh. Anyway, why don't we slide into some Q&A for a while? Chat, why don't you toss some questions, comments, thoughts our way? If you have any questions for our esteemed guest, Oggieson.
Yeah, Oggie, I had one for you. How do you deal with lunge weapons like spear?
Ooh.
What's the other one? Halberd. I think halberd.
Rapier.
Longsword.
Longswords, I tank the first hit, parry the second hit. Very easy to parry the second hit from longsword. If you stab someone or attack and they parry you, parry the riposte. It's actually pretty easy to parry the riposte because they're flat horizontal attacks. Horizontal attacks, very easy to parry. The spear, if you can dodge the first one, for some reason, I don't know what it is. The second thrust, I parry more often than the overhead attack with spears. So, I put a little short video just because I had a couple clips on the last night killing a couple spear guys. When you're fighting a spear guy, if you actually want to parry them, which you probably do because they're outranging you, you need to find a way to trade your full 300% of your damage if you can, which is your 2 ripostes. You need to juke. You juke right, push left. That makes them kind of push off and attack to your right if you time it well. And it pushes you to the left, and the way the longsword sticks out to your right. Right? And you can often catch the spear's long as hell, right? The spear's long as hell, and it has a long as hell hitbox too. You don't have to catch the tip of the spear with the longsword to block it. If you can drag it through and time it well, you can kind of drag it through and catch part of the, the sour spot of the spear and catch a parry off of it. And then riposte when you're in closer. I killed, I think, 4 spear guys last night. I couldn't find any spear fighters the entire playtest when I was on. Killed 4 dudes last night before the game went offline. And I was just like, I got the clips. Let's try and get something out there to teach the boys so they can maybe have some success with it. But lunge weapons it's bait, it's juke right, push left to try and drag and get that long sword in a good angle matchup. Right.
This motherfucker's got a PhD in longsword. What the hell? That breakdown is insane.
We need the John Madden with like the circles and the X's like marker over the screen.
Where's the playbook? You know you got one.
Wow.
He's got a strat for every class matchup using every type of weapon, dude.
Hey.
Well.
Longsword king.
Right. I'm curious on this one. Do you is it viable to like barrel stuff people and try and catch hilts? You know what I mean? Get up in their face and try and replace it. Yeah.
It's actually really good. If you can like jump in on someone, because your thrust, you never catch a sour spot because the tip is pulled back and you always catch the tip of your weapon, so you always get a free 100% hit in, right? Because you're in tight with the thrust. Some weapons like I don't know. I think the falchion's bugged. I've got a couple clips. I submitted a bug report even. You can take like no damage if you parry and take damage at the same time. I have 2 clips where guy hit me twice after that, dealt no damage. I was like, oh, that's bugged. Well, no wonder I killed this guy. I should be dead here. Better send that in. But jumping in on someone, because you can trade a way better first hit, especially because of the thrust of the longsword, super beneficial. And then if you can, your next attack comes from your left. If you aim to the right a decent amount, you can actually catch him with a different part of the sword rather than the hilt. If you're pushing off or they're pushing off, you might not even catch your sour spot with your second attack. I guess I don't want to call it accelerating, but it is kind of like that. Just by shifting your camera angle, you change the position the weapon hits them, right? So, but jumping in, if you're not going for a riposte right away, or you think you need to do a first hit, or you got a chance just to close the gap and take advantage, they got an arming sword, you're going to trade way better on that arming sword up close than they are. You got higher damage. The attack speed, he's a little quicker, I think. I think the first 2 attacks of the arming sword's pretty fast, but and if it's not, you can just parry the second one because incredibly easy. Jump in, parry, or jump in, thrust, take the first hit, trade it, and then backstep slightly and block. You're probably going to block it even without trying because of how well the angles match up with the longsword and the arming sword second attack. And it's like that with a lot of weapons. Any weapon where it comes off from their left, anything from your right, any attack from your right is easy to parry. So if you can bait the first attack and then try and parry an attack from the right, you're going to have more success as well.
Because the other way, you have to swing your mouse super far to the left, right? It's like almost like awkward the way it looks.
Yeah, you gotta literally, and that's why I mean, if you can get a visual of seeing someone else parrying and see how the setup is, you'll have a better understanding of what your character looks like. Because when you got blocked to the left, you literally have to turn your character almost sideways, right? So the longsword is sticking towards them properly because of the way it sticks out along like your shoulders, right?
Gotcha.
So try and block from the right, a right attack, a right horizontal, right vertical, horizontal, whatever. Better chance of parrying, period, just because of the way the weapons line up.
If you don't have a longsword and you get to pick any weapon for a fighter, what are you using? What's your second fave? Longswords out.
Probably spear.
Spear. Yeah.
Just because it's too easy. It's versatile. I don't kill my teammates with it. I can kill a lot of people with it. It's got great damage still, great range, hard to hit the sour spots. If you're properly resetting, you never have to fucking do the goofy overhead attack, which takes too long anyways. You should never do it. If you're a spear player, stop it. All you spear players.
Just poke, back up, poke, back up.
Poke, back up, poke. Halberd's fun. I haven't died to a halberd yet.
Really? Oh my god, they're so good.
Not once. Yeah.
They're so good, man. I love them.
Yep.
I love halberd.
I feel like the swing is too slow. It's not slow. It's just it's too wide, right? So like whenever a lot of times when you're in like the smaller hallways and stuff, it's fucking useless. I think that's why the spear is so good. Is like no matter where you are, you're just fucking poking the shit out of somebody.
Doesn't halberd have a right click for smaller?
It's a giant. No, the right click is a giant. It starts from like their left and has a AOE swing. It's so easy to hit the wall. It's even easier. It's like hitting a Zweihander attack. It does a lot of damage, but it comes out pretty quick too. If you're in an open area and you got halberd, right click's pretty good. Yeah. But 9 out of 10 times you're not in an open area in this game. So
that's true.
No, 100%.
That's true. All right, chat. What do you guys got for us?
Questions.
Let's see here.
You parry boss attacks. That's a good question.
Oh.
If you do much bossing.
I don't get to doing much bossing, not gonna lie. I tried parrying one attack from the Lich, like the little bolt, the quick bolt.
Yeah.
I missed. I died 3 times. I got yelled at. And they were like, you're ruining everything. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Is it your rogue friend again?
Yeah, so it was both of them. They were like, Oggie, I'm just that. And then they were like disappointed. They weren't mad, they were disappointed.
Yeah. They sat you down, they had a chat.
Yeah, so tried to parry like the little AoE slash attack. You know, he kind of winds up and does like the swing, and I couldn't parry that from anywhere yet. I kept taking damage from that, getting yelled at. I tried parrying the cave troll.
Oh, shit. Really?
You can parry it. There's a cool video of a dude who used riposte only to kill it.
Wow.
You don't really parry it per se, because if you block it and you're in range, it's going to swing through you and hit you and you're going to die.
Right.
So, but you can space properly, block the attack, use your sprint, use whatever. If you're spaced perfectly, you can get in with the 2 ripostes, especially if you have shield mastery on. Bam, bam, 300% damage. Back up, step in, block properly, step in, bam, bam, 300% damage. The video was cool. He did it really well. I was like, ooh, this is clean.
Link me that video. I got to watch that later. If you,
I'll
if you
find
still
it.
have it. Yeah, we'd love to watch
I know
that.
it's floating around in the fighter chat in Dark and Darker, so if I can't find it, I'll just dig through there.
That's actually really cool.
But it was cool. It was cool. I didn't parry anything from the Ghost King. I didn't try. The very first time I fought him, I tried to block the scream. It's pretty goofy. Didn't work. Damage from that, obviously. And haven't managed to block anything since then on the Ghost King. I haven't tried. Just like, there's no reason to. If I go in as a fighter, and it's a little goofy, but my buddy, we're like, all right, Oggie can use a bow. That way we have guaranteed range damage, just in case. You know, my buddy plays Barbarian, and then we have a Cleric normally. That's our fighter barb Cleric duo or trio. Works well. Bossing especially. If he goes in and dies, then we have me with the ranged source, which is okay. So but I gave up parrying the bosses. I gave up killing the cave troll. I was like, oh, this fucking cave troll is pissing me off. I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with the random fighter bros that I find. So
well, hey, at least you tried. Someone's got to try.
I did try, man.
Val459 in my chat says, are there any perks or skills Oggie would like to see come out for fighter? Seems like everyone uses sprint and second wind. How would you like to see shit get shook up a bit? I think you're effing a bit, Jay, by the way. Jay, you still alive?
Oh, no.
That sucks.
Welcome to Comcast.
R.I.P.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, man, Comcast.
100 times a day.
That poor guy. I feel for you.
Have you ever seen that South Park episode about the cable company where like they're talking about the internet and they want to cancel it? He's like, "Ooh, it'll be 3 weeks before we get out there. I'm sorry."
The nipples one, yeah.
It's a good episode. But yeah, any perks, skills, anything you'd like to see added or a shake up with the fighter meta?
Well, I mean, sprint and second wind are like 2 of the best skills in the game. When we're playing, when we try, like, we don't get to try hard very often. Work 2 jobs, me and the boys. We get on when I have time, and they were like, "Hey, Oggie, let's play." I'm like, hell yeah! And we try and play. I often would give up second wind for taunt. Taunt's better. I think taunt's better in a 3-minute.
Really?
If you have good. If you can get your physical damage resistance on your gear up to 65, 70, even just like 55, you get a lot more effective HP out of that 8 seconds of taunt. Because the extra 15 flat gets you from 55 to 70, which is a big jump. If you're up at 65, getting to 80 is like, if you get to 80%, you have as much at effective HP at 80% as you would get from 0 to 50, right? Percent in physical damage reduction or something like that. So
interesting.
If you have big boy gear, you probably don't need second wind, especially if you got your fucking heal bot buddy behind you.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Playing behind you. You know, if you're playing as a proper trio, trying to, sweat it out, swamp ass, whatever, send it. And you got a cleric, you don't need second wind. You just don't need it. So there's already at least that for the tanky boys. I'd like to see a better weapon damage skill. When they added the Slayer perk, that was cool. that was something I wanted before, anyways. And I didn't even think that we were gonna get it. I
Mm.
want it to affect all weapons, so I can use it and play a high agility longsword fighter class with all like leather pieces or the Regal Gameson or something. That would be
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Like full bore, full speed, full attack speed, stuff like that would be sweet. But I mean, you can do that without it, and it's still pretty successful. Agility build on longsword is great.
Oh.
But something to give a better weapon skill. Because we got what, Victory Strike, and Victory Strike is not it, boss. Victory Strike ain't.
Victory Strike needs help big time. It needs it needs the cooldown reduced significantly, and it needs to do like 30% weapon damage, not 20, and it needs to give you back like 20% of your health, not 5.
Something.
It needs a lot of help.
I could just make it
at
like a
least
duration or something.
That would be cool too. That would be a good way to do it.
Make it
A
last
flat
like 4
duration on
seconds or
every
some
attack you
shit.
deal. Yeah, that would be cool. I would like that too.
How
So-
broken do you think it'd be if the shield bash skill had a bit of like a charge to it? Like, what if you like lunged forward 5 feet with your shield?
I thought it does, does it not?
Does it?
I thought it moves you forward. I got hit by one.
It took
Only
like
one. And it
took
seemed
like
like
2
he
steps or
gap
something.
close to me. Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
It did
Here.
seem like he gap close. It was the only person I saw use it, but
Anyone have a
it
video
doesn't do very much.
of shield bash?
I saw it be used one time as well. Yeah.
I didn't. I haven't
Could've
seen
swore
it
he did a
once.
little
I've never
run.
seen it before.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it looks
I had
like.
one guy
bad,
use it on me. I was like, oh, that's what shield bash is? That was kind of neat. And then he died. But
It only slows you,
it wasn't to me.
It does.
It wasn't me. Radio was stabbing him in the back, and I was like, oh, sorry, bro.
It does a little
Interesting.
damage and it slows, but I think it needs to stun you for like 1 second or something.
Yeah, it's like 25
If you're
damage,
running
right?
shield bash, dude, you better stun someone.
What
for
if
at
blinds
least
you
for a
second, dude?
I don't know if I like
Anything other
stun.
than a
Cool.
slow.
A daze. Rather than a stun, but
you're
a
just,
daze.
everything's like blurry,
No, that'd
Give
be
you
a good
some
one.
blur. That'd be cool.
like kind of like a flashbang effect from like
Or a
COD or
stun
something like that.
grenade effect, something like
Yeah,
that.
stun grenade effect. Yeah, where you like move your
Yeah.
camera slower
like
and
you're-
everything's
The
daisy.
bell got rung, right? You just
Yeah,
rang
yeah,
the
that'd be
bell.
good.
You said you're having a hard time.
Got
That would be
smacked
good.
in the face with a shield, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
right.
A 1 second stun, maybe like a half second stun. I don't know. 1 second.
Sure.
1 second on this game is a lot of time,
Yeah, that's fair.
I think.
That'd be one.
Anything that opens them up to take damage, if it's part of a mix up, it would be cool. Because you're like I said, I think second wind and sprint are like 2 of the best skills in the game. You're giving up one of those for shield bash.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think about swing cancellation? I think that might be spicy. Cancel a weapon swing.
I feel like when you do that,
Chivalry style?
the game starts getting really, really sweaty.
Think so.
You're opening up a
Yes.
whole new level of sweat.
It's,
Yeah.
To cancel
If
a
you're
swing.
fainting attacks, it
yeah,
would,
fainting.
So
it would
just get
change
ready
the
for
game.
the skill gap to
I guess
go
that is
even
what
higher.
It is, huh?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
faint.
it would turn into a feint. Yeah.
It would be, it would turn the game on its head big time. That one tiny mechanic, the ceiling for skill would go to the moon. It'd be huge.
I agree.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of badass players.
I don't hate it. I
don't hate
would
it
change
either,
the game.
but it would
Yeah.
be different. yeah.
I mean, there's a reason there's only a few thousand people playing Mordhau right now, and it ain't the game that's bad.
Yes, that's true. There's like
People are
3,000
just
really,
too
really
good.
good players. And then like every month there's like 1,000 guys who are like, this game looks interesting. And then they go into servers with their brand new video game and they refund it within 45 minutes
Just
because
shit on for a whole hour straight.
Yeah,
yeah.
literally. Straight
it's
up.
bad. It's really bad. I was one of those little lambs that got into Mordhau after, I can't remember which playtest, but I was like, you know what? I remember this game. I got to jump in. I got wrecked so hard, nonstop. I don't think I killed one person because the 3,000 people left playing that game are gods.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I don't know. Faint is cool, but I think keep it out.
Yeah, I think the simplicity is still, like we said, part of the charm. It keeps a lot of the more casual to looter evac players here because they can
Yeah.
actually perform because it's a click. I mean, there are some weapons like you can accelerate the halberd first attack by looking at the ground. Get headshots pretty well, apparently. I haven't seen anyone do it. Like I said, I haven't ran into a good halberd player, I guess, but there are some ways
I was
to
loving
manipulate
it.
your character already. Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
loving that halberd.
Halberd is one of my favorite weapons. I mean, if you know that you're gonna miss, what I would do is I would just quickly turn and purposely hit a wall and just reset which is almost like a feint, right? In a way. A couple of people said need a stamina system for feinting to work, so you can only pull off a couple. The devs already said they don't want anything like that in the game. No stamina or anything like that. Tarsius TV says Barb knowing his swing will miss and he keeps resetting. Nah. I kind of hear you on that one. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it'd be too big of a game changer, if you ask me. What else we got?
Yeah, I don't mind it because I play Wizard. I don't have to deal with all that garbage.
All right. For real, though, Wizard needs to start with a spell book. The spell book and the Wizard in Dungeons and Dragons are like peas and carrots. The spell book is like a massive feature for the Wizard. They should start with a gray spell book right out the bat. That should be their starting weapon, if you ask me. Should be a spell book, and then maybe they start with a shitty dagger in their other hand. I think that's what they should start with.
I wouldn't mind them starting with a quarterstaff either. Can't they use quarterstaff? Quarterstaff's good for PvE, actually. And the block ain't great, but if you're in a pickle and you got to block a damn
quarterstaff's good too. Yeah, a spell book and a quarterstaff is perfect. Yeah.
You ain't ever going to catch me on Wizard with a minus 35 movement quarterstaff. All I'm saying, 10 movement speed all day. I was
that's a good point. They changed that big time.
Minus 35 movement speed with a stick is so bad.
It's too bold.
It needs to be minus 15.
Too good, though.
Minus
That's
15.
The thing. The staff is too
minus
good.
15,
that's the point, though.
Minus 10 was too good. The damage was too good for the move speed. I think was
so easy to fix. Remove a barbarian.
That's fair too. Wait a minute. No, that's fair.
Let the cleric and wizard have some fun, dude.
Yep. No, I'm all for that.
Yeah, Barb can't use it.
Barbs only know how to press. They only know how to press W. You just have to find a trap, get on the other side of it, and just have the barb run at you. He will hit the traps, hit him with some spells or arrows or bolts. When he gets close enough, one final strike, he's dead. That's how you take out a barb. Just like that.
Don't get hit by the Achilles strike Franca as well, though. Don't forget.
Oh my God! Don't even get us started on that shit again. Someone asked earlier, what would a named unique weapon for a bard look like if there was maybe a unique loot? What would the unique loot do?
MIDI support, get to play your favorite songs, download the
I want like glitter, like a glitter trail as I run around as a bard. It's like a little rainbow or something too. That'd be fun.
Okay.
I'd want it to. I think if it had a movement speed debuff in the song radius as you were playing, that'd be cool.
I think if it had high melee damage and looked like an axe.
Oh.
Like a metal lute.
Yeah, like a
like a war guitar.
That is a good idea, dude.
Yeah.
Bam, that's it right there.
Even then, building off that, like a bow guitar, you could shoot like arrows out of your like a crossbow guitar. That'd be sick.
Yep. Shoot notes out of it, like fucking Doctor Strange shooting notes in Multiverse of Madness. That's actually a really good idea. A fucking lute with an axe set on it. Damn, that's a sick idea.
Be a good time.
I really like that idea. Okay, I think we missed some questions and comments. So good to see you, Wilson. By the way, hello, sir. There's another fighter bro for you, Oggieson. Have you seen Wilson's game?
I've watched a couple of his videos. He likes that dual wield build.
Yeah, he's doing his Gladiator series. Yeah, dual wield build's hard, man. It's hard out there.
I'm not about it. Yeah,
it's too difficult.
Apparently, people had good success with it.
It's okay, man.
I didn't realize you could use the torch as a secondary weapon. Or whatever.
It triggers idea. Slayer for you. Yeah, which is cool. Yeah. It's too hard though. Let's see here. What do we got, folks? Drop us your questions, concerns. Oh, I guess SDF, the man himself, said something in general. Jay, you have your finger on the pulse of what's going on. What did SDF say? Can you fill us in, sir?
I didn't see it, but let me go up to the
oh shit. You don't know?
What do you say, chat?
You don't know?
I can't tell much right now, but I can tell players that we are working hard to get closer to players.
Wait, say that again.
Communication. Let me scroll back up.
Working hard.
I
What?
can't tell much right now, but I can tell players that we are working hard to get closer to players.
Okay. Well,
It's a
English
hey, we
is
can't
English
talk
is
'cause the
not his
lawyer's got
first
a gun
language.
to our
Yeah.
head.
That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Maybe it's 10 days away. Holy shit. All right.
No shot.
Is the game gonna release? Hey Ryan, 6 days a week. Good to see you, brother. A more punishing weapon impact system. Maybe.
Only to the war mall where it knocks you back when they smack the shit out of you with it. You know.
That's a cool idea.
That's all I
That-
want.
yeah,
That's the one
I'm
I
I
want.
like
game
that.
for that. Yeah,
War
Yeah.
mall
Like
knockback.
impact weapons being specific for that.
Mhm.
yeah, big blunt
Be cool.
weapons, especially, right?
Dude,
That'd be
someone
cool.
swinging like 100-pound hammer at you. How do you not fly back at least a little bit?
Yeah, it's
Where's the
gonna,
realism, man?
it's gonna send you.
There's a streamer named Stonar. And have you guys seen his YouTube short where I don't know why I said YouTube short, his short, where he's 2 rogues jump him and he has a war maul, he's a cleric. He just swings and just spun his mouse 360 degrees while swinging the war maul, and he did a whirlwind and killed both rogues with one swing. Have you seen this? And one of the swings, or the one swing hit one of the rogues twice with one swing with the whirlwind. Have you guys seen this?
Well, that's dope.
I
I'm gonna
haven't
It's
need to see this.
fucking amazing.
I'm gonna need to see this. This
Yeah,
sounds amazing.
find. Yeah, let me see. Stonar YouTube. It's disgusting. Let's see here. It is not finding this poor guy. Stonar Twitch. It is quite strong. It was amazing. He pulled it off multiple times too.
Well, damn.
So it was not.
That's
it was
kinda
not a
sweet.
fluke. This guy was
That's kind
crushing.
of damn sweet.
Let's see here. Is this it? Let me see here. I think this might be it. I'm going to play it on my stream really fast. Let's see if this works. 1 second.
Shit. Okay, here we go. It's my time.
I don't know if you guys are watching the stream, but it's playing. No, that's not it. Anyway, this is the channel. I'm going to link it in the chats. You can find it in there somewhere. One of his shorts, he does a whirlwind attack, and it's disgusting. And he destroys 2 players, hits 1 player twice with 1 swing of the weapon, which is pretty disgusting. It's pretty awesome, though.
Fair.
Ryan 6 days a week says, give Bard a gun. Is there room for guns in Dark and Darker? Like a blunderbuss or like a flintlock and
Maybe
steel
like a
pistol?
flintlock
Man.
pistol. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think so,
Kind
man.
of, kind of burned out on guns, man.
Yeah, same here.
think
That's why I
the best
like
part
Dark
of
and Darker.
It's a
Yeah.
yeah, it's a melee.
Is a
game
musket a
mostly, dude.
gun or is it a handheld cannon? This is important. That's all I'm saying.
It's got a little.
What?
It's got.
I
It's got a
mean-
little mini cannonball in it. It's got a little mini
I
cannonball.
guess if it's not rifled, it's not really a rifle, so it's
That is
something
true,
else.
too.
He's thinking more of an AK-47. That's the only way to balance part of this point is to give it an AK and a
Semi-auto.
banana mag in it. Yeah, that's the only way to make Bard
Maybe.
viable, Ryan. At this point, maybe they should consider it. Maybe they should consider it.
Fuck.
No.
Nah, no guns for sure.
No, definitely
guns.
not. Yeah, no guns.
There's already a gun. It's called the goddamn longbow. I'm serious.
It does.
That's
hit
true.
hard.
That's
the
true.
windlass.
Fair.
The windlass hits hard. If windlass is a 50 cal, it depends. I got a.
Is
collateral
windlass
kill on
good? Is
playtest
it
3
good?
with it. Is it good? I don't know. Is it hilarious when you kill 2 people at once? Yes.
Two
Yeah, it's not
people at
actually
once.
good. It
Yeah,
it-
I got
it
a old
collaterals,
clip. It
yeah.
was it collaterals. I got a double headshot on a couple guys. I was
What?
like, oh my god! I
Holy
exploded. I was like, this is
shit.
shit, a collateral.
Okay, how about this? Repeating crossbow.
Just put the AK-47 in, Soma. Pick
Yeah,
a side,
just
dude.
put
Which
the
one is it?
Repeating crossbow. Repeating crossbow is a crossbow that can shoot 20 bolts. It has 20
I'd be
bolts.
running and gunning for my life at that thing.
That's a lot.
They add that in. My goal is to get that thing nerfed. Let's go.
It's a Dungeons and Dragons weapon. People use it in D&D campaigns all the time. I feel like it'd be really fucking strong. It's too good. It's too good.
I feel like they'd have to be 2 damage a shot or something.
I mean, I'm
It'd be
kind of
goofy.
down for it, but
There's a part of me that's like,
I'd do
I do want to
5
play
in
with
the
that.
mag or something.
They
Yeah.
were a thing. That's fair. So
Yeah, I'm with Jay. Just give him a fucking gun. If you're gonna give him a repeating cross, just get a gun.
What's the difference?
It's a medieval gun.
Yeah. Nah,
with
yeah.
really
I'm
long
real
bullets.
Fucking thin
Medieval.
right there.
Yeah.
I mean, what the devs have said, they don't really. If it's fun, they'll add it. They don't really. They're not too much about the balance. I remember him. It was Terrence, I think.
About
in
the
one of his
balance?
interviews. He was more about if it's fun, we'll find a way to keep it in.
Really?
So that's why I think double jump will be forever in the game.
Yeah, double jump's
No,
not
it's
going
fun.
anywhere. Yeah.
It's too fun. So
Wilson's game says I've run longbow with windlass in my inventory, basically a pocket shotgun. Yeah, I guess if you can just quickly switch to it when someone's advancing on you in a narrow hallway, maybe
Yeah,
it could be good.
that's a
But
good
the
idea.
reload,
That's kind of the tech.
takes up a
Yeah.
lot of
But
space.
windlass is that's a unique, right? Like you have to kill a boss to get
no.
that thing or find it in a
No.
chest.
No.
Yeah, you can find
Just a
them.
bigger
Yeah.
crossbow variant.
Yep.
the
Find 'em-
reload
find
time.
It's the
that
one you
one-
have to reload like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. No,
Thing
I was
on
I was
and you wind
thinking.
it up.
My apologies. I was thinking of the bow that goes through people.
That's a windlass.
The unique one.
Windlass. Yeah,
Isn't
the
there a
unique
unique
like
one that does it?
survival bow that like goes or it shoots straight line. Oh no, it shoots straight line. That's
Yeah,
right.
it
So
shoots
the
a
windlass
straight
does go
line
through
in.
people.
Okay,
Yeah.
just shoot
Okay.
straight line. Yeah.
Is
windlass
the
everywhere.
windlass good on a ranger with the crossbow perk? Does it get better? Or is it still slow as fuck? I never
I've
tried
seen
it.
people force it, but I don't know. You reload it.
Yeah.
It's like much more viable, but I don't know if
I
I'd
think it gets-
unironically use it if I was
Yeah,
a ranger player.
I think it falls under the same pocket shotgun still, even on a ranger, right? So
I saw a ranger with hand crossbow rapier that was running all the crossbow perks and shit. Oh my god, it was amazing.
it was pretty sweet.
It was so
It'd be
cool.
nice to
Pretty fun.
try stuff like that.
It was super cool to watch. Yeah, they were just kiting nonstop. You know, as soon as someone would get close, they'd stab. They'd run away. They'd reload, pop a shot, get a stab, and if someone got close, run away. They'd drop a trap if they could. Traps are so amazing now, especially with the skill check. It was pretty fun to watch. And then they had a regular crossbow as their secondary weapon too, so they could do some long range snipes. And then the regular crossbow reload with the crossbow perk is quite
Pretty good.
fast. It's not bad.
Even
actually
without it,
usable.
it felt pretty quick. Yeah, but with it, I can see it being a pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a good time.
Yeah.
Honest.
Handsome Loogie. Did you forget to put another I in Luigi? Is it supposed to say Loogie? Handsome Loogie. Soma, in your guys' opinion, when do you think we will see early access? This is a question we get a lot. This is a question that we've talked about a lot. I think it's going to happen later this summer. Jay thinks it's going to be in 10 days.
Jay thinks it's actually tomorrow. He actually thinks it's coming out in the next 30 minutes.
If it comes out tomorrow, I will fly to Texas and give you a kiss, big guy.
Oh,
So
on the
that's our
mouth or
new
cheek?
deal.
But then you'll miss out on launch day.
Damn.
Oh yeah. What do you think I'm playing in your house, man?
All right.
PC?
We'll set up. We'll set up.
It's going to kiss the homies. Nice. Okay. Donnie, when's it coming out?
This fall.
This fall. Okay. Okay, I'm saying August.
What the hell, Donnie?
I'm calling August. Jay is saying 10 days from now. You're saying in the fall. Augie, bring it home. When are we playing?
I think
this
it's
thing?
close. It's if it ain't this month, it's for sure early next month. I mean,
Really?
the devs during a lawsuit
Saying.
put out Playtest 5, owned up, manned up, hit it for the whole community through a torrent during a lawsuit to live up to what they said. And then they said early access isn't far off as in the last playtest.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Mace. I
saying,
mean,
man.
if Dark and Darker doesn't come out, doesn't matter. Iron Mace is going to crowdfund a game in an hour.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, 100%.
They've won hundreds of thousands of the player base, the player community,
Yeah.
just
true.
by
I'd buy
being who they are right now. So,
Except everyone that got
We might get
scammed
it
by the
sooner
first
than later.
one.
mm,
Well, they got their money back, right?
yeah,
I
think so.
don't know.
I
haven't heard
think- I
anything
hope
They
about
so.
it.
did do GoFundMe did the refund.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, did they?
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
whoopsie, we
taken care
took
of.
10%.
Oops.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I think Augie's 100% right though. If they, worst case scenario, if things don't work out and they can't make Darker and Darker, they're crowdfunding a game in, like you said, 24 hours, like easy peasy.
Yeah. Yeah. They won over a lot of people. They won me over. I'm 30, 31. I remember ruining PCs with LimeWire. So torrents are it, man. And my two buddies are like, can I do this? It's a torrent. I'm like, dude, it's torrent. It's just a way to download a bunch of data at once.
Yeah.
It's only illegal if you're downloading copyrighted stuff.
Exactly right. Dude, LimeWire back in the day, in the early days of the internet when it was new. Oh my God, people did not know what was happening with their computers with LimeWire. When I was deployed to Afghanistan and I would go to the USO tent that had Wi-Fi that was very bad that would sometimes work. So you could send an email home or something like that. There'd be Marines and soldiers and airmen and sailors and people from other militaries around the world at the USO tent trying to get on the Wi-Fi. And eventually you get on the Wi-Fi. Then you'd want to jump on LimeWire, maybe download a song or something.
Mm-hmm.
What people failed to realize with LimeWire sometimes is that their LimeWire folder was just open for anyone to click. Do you guys know this?
I didn't know that.
This little LimeWire network, so you could just access someone's LimeWire folder. You could share stuff, right? Some of the boomers did not know this. You would click their folder, and the shit you would find. Thanks for the hot video from home, honey. Just gonna throw it in this LimeWire folder for later. Yeah, and half the base is going to see that video too. Dude, holy shit. There was this one poor guy who was just married and his lady would send him pictures. I swear to God, 20,000 armed servicemen saw that girl naked before he even saw all the pictures. They had gone through the whole album. It was bad, dude. Man. People had to start briefing people on how to use LimeWire in public Wi-Fi. Bro, it was ridiculous. So fucking funny. Anyway.
Traumatizing.
Just thought I'd share that. Yeah. 0 clean socks across the military base for weeks. Hey, socks were precious downrange. You definitely didn't want to waste a sock. You would do what every other guy did, and you would go to the showers.
What did that guy just say? What did he say? No clean socks.
The legend of the stiff sock? Bro. Yeah, the legend of the stiff sock. Yeah.
Let me ask a honest question here.
Yeah.
Was anyone here ever a sock guy? That never crossed my mind. I would always just be like, it's like I have a towel. Yeah, okay, thank God. No, I have friends. I have in real life friends who swear up and down. They're like, yeah, I prefer a sock. That is where I shoot my load. I'm like,
what? What if your mom found it? What if mom was like, why do you only have left foot socks? What happened?
Okay, and here's my question: Is it one load per sock, or do you get lazy? Do you have a time where you're just give me that sock?
People are saying shirt or towel. What's wrong with good old-fashioned Kleenex? Kleenex.
Yeah, that works too. But
you're gonna ruin a whole towel though.
You're gonna ruin it. Just put in the washer. It's fine.
Bro, what you mean? You're gonna know for the rest of your time you own that towel.
I don't know.
I knew
your nut.
I knew a weirdo. I knew a weirdo in high school who had a collection jar, and then we found out about it and roasted him so hard he threw it out. Finally,
a collection jar.
A collection jar.
Did you guys ever hear about the cum box?
The cum box.
No.
A guy finished in a shoebox for a whole year and posted it on Reddit or something a long time. I don't remember how long he did it for. And eventually Reddit was like, dude, you should burn that thing. He set his shoebox of ejaculate on fire and said it was the worst thing he has ever smelled.
Who does that shit? I don't know. You think your mom finding a sock is a bad thing? I know, a 27-year-old man lives with his mom, fleshlight mounted in the shower, and she cleaned it and put it in his room.
Oh no!
Absolutely disgusting.
Dude.
Right?
Mounted it?
Round of applause for that
shower
mom.
mounted.
Round of
She
applause.
found
She's
it,
a warrior.
cleaned it, and put it in his room.
No.
Yes.
The woman's a saint.
Oh, how the fuck you like not move out instantly the next
Oh
day?
my
Just
you imagine
crazy.
if she does that for him, what did she do for his dad?
Dude, you ain't gotta. You don't have to peel the layers back and go a little deeper.
His
Oh,
mom,
no.
guaranteed, she eats ass.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh
Jesus
no!
Christ.
Happy Mother's Day to moms out there taking care of their boys.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, there you go.
My buddy sent
Goddamn
me
warrior.
my buddy sent me a pocket pussy when I was in Iraq as a gag gift. Like, ha, look, here's a care package. There's like Skittles in it and a pocket pussy and a book. Oh, that's really nice of you. And I used it one time and I threw that thing out immediately. I was like, what am I doing fucking a can in the middle of the desert when there's 20 dudes sleeping near me? I couldn't do it. I used it one time. I was like, there's no way I'm running this under the fucking sink.
Oh, it was in a can.
It was like a pocket pussy can thing. I fucking chucked it in the trash so fast. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't cheat on my hand like that. But anyway.
Fair.
Wow, we really went down a road together.
We already
didn't we,
started
boys?
the after hours.
Yeah, at this point, this is.
I might have to cut this one a little bit.
No way. This is full bore going up. Any final questions, thoughts? Any final parting words for Augie before we head out of here with this ridiculous episode of the Darkest Hour? Why use a toy when you're surrounded by dudes? He said. Not too shiny.
Okay.
You're one smart cookie. God, I like
Smart
the way
fella.
you think, sir. That's what I heard. I mean, selective hearing. The man hears what he wants to hear. I respect that. I respect that, sir. Let's see. Anything else? Anything? SDF, thanks, handsome. SDF said they were working on getting closer to players, which seems no early access soon from those words, but I don't know. That's so handsome thinks SDF's words mean that it's going to take longer.
I don't think that is.
Or maybe he's just gonna come hang out with all the players. Like if you download it, he's gonna take a trip to your house, come hang out with you for the day. Be like, hey, thank you. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
SDF, why don't you
Yeah.
come on the podcast and tell us yourself, sir? Why
Yes.
don't you
There you
jump
go.
on?
There
We'll
it
get
is.
Google Translate running. It'll be great. I know 4 words in Korean. We can make it work.
I know 0.
We could never
Jay's
get
part
SDF.
Korean.
Yeah, Jay's part Korean.
Oh.
Call your brother. Call your brother on the
Annyeong.
podcast, dude.
Annyeong.
안녕하세요.
I could get a live
감사합니다.
translator.
오른쪽 친친.
Dude,
Yeah. Adashi.
there you go.
That's a word.
Sold. There you
Adashi
go.
means sir, right? We call him Adashi
know.
SDF. I think it does, right? Adashi. Poly is faster,
Not a clue.
quicker. Anyway,
How you know more Korean than me?
I lived in Korea for a year. I lived outside of Seoul for 1 year.
I can
2008,
name about
2009.
20 Korean food items, but like maybe 5 Korean words.
Dude, Korean food is so good. It's so good. God damn, I love it so much. Ryan 6 days a week says on the next episode when SDF is on, SDF, are you a sock person or a shoebox person?
Oh man.
Oh no.
Once they watch this episode, it's over. By the way, they were considering reaching out to be a guest on the show, and now they're like, "We gotta just have to throw this one in the shoebox and burn it." There's no way that we're gonna ever gonna. There's no way we're ever getting on the Darkest Hour. No way. Well, thank you so much, Oggieson, for joining us. You're awesome, man. I love your videos. People that are trying to be informative. While also having a good time and showing mad skill like you do are gems of the community. And you're also extremely positive and a nice guy. Even when shit's not going your way or someone is acting friendly and then they try to betray you in a video or in game, you kind of just laugh it off and you're like, okay, no problem, buddy. Me, I would have been like,
No
fuck you,
destiny.
asshole. I would have fucking charged and like talk shit on the mic. But you're just like a happy-go-lucky dude. And then you end up kicking their ass anyway with that positivity. So good on you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's a,
thank you, man.
it's a blast. This was great, man.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Beautiful.
We got to do Longsword Boot Camp.
I'm down.
I'm down. That
I think
actually
Soma's
sounds fun.
down.
I'm in.
Full send. Yep.
I'm
All right.
in.
You guys- you tell
Three
me
fighter
when, I'll be
bros.
there. Literally, put me in, coach.
Yeah,
You
3
got it.
fighter
All
bros. We'll
It'll
find
be
other
right.
fighters. We'll find other fighters, and you'll have us train against other fighters in one-on-one
It'll be
duels.
beautiful.
And
I
you
will
give us-
literally 1v2 you
Glorious already.
guys with the long sword. Let's go.
Oh,
You're gonna.
Augie will
Okay.
judge. Augie can be the
Okay.
coach, judge guy. I will 1v2 both of y'all right now. Longsword.
Okay.
You're gonna play fighter with longsword.
Oh, you missed Longsword Larry.
Longsword.
not
You were
seen
longsword.
Longsword
You
Larry.
played a longsword character.
I was clapping for like 2 games, and then I ran through the broken barricades. I ran through it to engage this 3-man. Said, "Oh fuck!" Tried to walk back through it, and it wouldn't let me back through.
Ouch. That sucks.
I was wearing like half ruby silver legendary longsword. Yeah.
All right, Donnie, you hear this motherfucker? He said 2-on-1, all long swords.
I like the
Tink,
odds.
tink, and then you guys are dead, dude. That's how it goes. Augie knows all about it.
Okay.
Dude,
It does.
catch
It
me
does
after
often go that
longsword.
way, actually.
Okay.
I'm totally
Catch me
gonna
after
die, but-
longsword boot camp, dude. I'll fuck you up.
No, before boot camp.
Sir
right.
Sir Oggieson will train us well, I'm sure. Donnie, good sir, where can
Yeah.
people find you on the internet?
I don't make YouTube videos. Something I do, but I don't know. I haven't made one in a while. To Donnie, you can catch me on there, and then I stream sometimes. I've been streaming RP lately. So if you want to pretend you're a cowboy and shoot cap guns with me, go ahead. Come check it out sometime at Donnie on Twitch. So
All right. Love that.
yeah.
Mr. J.
Damn it. I was trying to think of an RP name to say, but
Some with
I am
shoebox in it.
JayGriffyuh. Shoebox Sam, that's what they call me. Wild RP.
Oh, no.
Shoebox Sam. I get to go home and burn some things. Be right back.
Oh, man, that's gross.
JayGriffyuh on Twitch and YouTube. That's it. I stream every day. There you go.
Wonderful. I am at Soma on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, at _Soma on YouTube. I stream, obviously, this podcast. I throw it up on my channel as well. I also do some tabletop stuff. Right now, we're running a Star Wars RPG campaign that I am the GM of, and we have 4 players. That goes up in the channel. And I will be starting a regular streaming cadence. I was supposed to this week, couldn't do it, but starting tomorrow night, I will be getting on a stream schedule. Hopefully, it's going to be Sunday through Friday, 7 p.m. PT. That is going to be the goal. So see you tomorrow
7
night.
a.m. PT.
7 p.m. PT. Yeah, which is like when you're ending your stream, which sucks.
Yeah.
Time for you to change your hours, maybe. No, you don't have to do that. I know. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be fun to get back into streaming a little bit more full time here. So that's cool. See you tomorrow night at 7. And then finally, of course, Mr. Oggieson, please tell us your social security number, checking account number, routing number.
First dog's name.
Yep. Mother's maiden name. And if you want, your favorite shoebox.
Oh, baby. We'll start with first dog's name. He was Yo-Yo. What was the next couple?
YouTube, social media. Where can people find you?
Yeah, YouTube's about it. Oggieson on YouTube. That's me. I have a stream. Won't stream anytime soon. We got a wedding coming up a couple weeks, so you won't see me
Congrats.
probably.
Congrats, sir.
Thanks, boys.
That's cool.
Thanks, boys. You won't see me streaming until the next Dark and Darker type of gameplay comes out, and then I'll stream then. It'll be a good time.
Okay.
Twitch.tv Oggieson.
Love that. Love that. Jay, do you care if I put his YouTube channel in your chat?
Okay, go for it.
Okay,
You
there's
got
the
any
YouTube
longsword
channel.
wedding photos planned? You gonna like carry a badass longsword at your wedding or anything like that?
Yeah, that would be great. I think I'd
Yeah.
not have a wedding though if I did that.
That's hilarious. That
My
is- that
my
is
well,
fair.
see my brother and his wife when they got married, they are very Texan. They went and got their firearms and took some photos in their wedding outfits with their firearms.
Oh
so.
yeah, that sounds like a
yeah.
good time.
That's
my
Not too
fiance's
Texan for me,
Chinese.
but
So
Oh.
we're doing a tea ceremony, some fancy stuff, but
oh, that's
other than
cool.
that, we're pretty laid back. So
Nice.
we're also at a golf course. I don't think they'd appreciate too much tomfoolery.
yeah.
So, whatever.
Hmm.
It's your wedding day. You can do whatever you
I bet
want. It's
they
your
couldn't-
special day.
You're right. I don't gotta go
Yeah.
back. You're right.
Exactly.
I bet they couldn't make it past longsword boot camp. That's probably why they're not like
Right.
they're not cool with it. You know.
Well, thank you again, sir. This was very fun. Went off the rails, which is the best part about the darkest hour, right? Jay, Donnie, a pleasure as always. Augie, have a great night.
Yes.
Chat, thank you for watching. We have an end slate here that you're about to see. That's the starting slate. Here's the end slate. Someone once suggested, why don't you put the guests' information up because we're lazy as fuck. This is a scuffed cast, and that takes work, and we'd rather just talk about it and link it in chat. So that'll do. Later, everybody. Have a good night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Peace.
Bye. Have a good
safe.
night.
Take care, everyone.